Joining us now, he's a part of the Albany Empire coaching staff. Damon Ware joins us. Coach, before we get into this weekend's matchup at Columbus, let's recap Carolina a bit. Another hard fought game back and forth between you guys and the Cobras. It felt like the offense was doing well, but man, it just seems 2 to 3 plays every single time against Carolina can really decide a matchup against that close of a team.
I mean, Carolina's a good football team. They're number one for a reason. Playing them 3 times early in the season, I mean, it's a tough stretch of our schedule, but it's the litmus test right now. They're the best team in the league, and we've got to show that we can beat them. And there's always that age old line. You want to be the champ, you got to beat the number one team, and that's something that we just haven't been able to crack. And we've had every game has been within a possession, and as a team, just coming together and with all the new parts, we just got to find ways to finish games out. And I thought we played a pretty good game plan this past weekend. And, again, a couple things just don't go our way. And unfortunately, we lost by a field goal.
Darius Prince continues to be one of the standout players on your offense. We spoke to him a little bit earlier as well. Dwayne Hollis is contributing, Sam Castro. You still continue to find guys anywhere across that offensive front where guys are still making plays, and we got another half of the season still left to go.
Well, obviously, Darius Prince is the best receiver in the league. I don't think there's any question. Coming off a MVP season last year offensively, he's picked up right where we left off. And so, but we've got good weapons. Aaron Wash is continuing to get better in our offense and learn more about how we do things. Markel Wade as well has come in and starting to pick things up as far as, the things we need to get done to win games. And then obviously Hollis has been the great surprise. Obviously, with these Iron Man rules, he's really came on, and I depend on him greatly offensively to make some things happen for us. And so he's been just a great surprise, and just happy he's on our team. And we've got all the talent, we've got the tools. We've got a young quarterback, and we're steadily, just continue to get better every single week. And again, just having a great time developing Sam. And we're right there. I mean, it's just a bounce, one way or another. And, in a league right now that there's so much parity and there's so much talent, it just, again, you just got to find ways to close out games.
You mentioned it right there, the parity in the league. How, if at all, does that adjust your coaching strategies midweek? Is it back to the bread and butter plays you guys have been using? Has there been more install of new offensive plays? How, if at all, has the tight league changed how you guys prep each weekend?
Well, I guess let's go all the way back to the beginning with the Iron Man rules. I mean, that changes tremendously just, what we've had to do as far as putting together an offense and a defense, and it affects a lot of things on the field. I mean, it's been an adjustment. Again, this game hasn't been played in several decades as far as the way it's being played, and so it's been an adjustment. So we've had to go through those growing pains of just adjusting from a coaching aspect to the players, the game plans and things. But, again, the league has got so much talent. Again, there's a lot that has to change every week. Again, you can't go into each game with the same game plan. People will pick that up, and so we've had to, do a lot of things. We've had some moving parts, some injuries, obviously losing Antoine Grant earlier in the season, which I just think is a tremendous athlete and just such a smart kid. And so, again, him going down, and, we'll see if, he's able to battle back and maybe play towards the end of the season. But this has been a lot of moving parts. And so, anytime that you're coaching and there's moving parts, it just means there's just got to be, more and more continuity. There's just got to be more and more adjustments, more and more getting to know each other and learning each other. And so we've battled through all those things. And, I think we're finally in a place where we've got a pretty set roster. And I think we'll just get better each week. And so, but like I said, everybody's talented in this league. And so you can't take any game lightly.
A different game kickoff time and date, a Sunday 2 o'clock kickoff as the Empire hosts the Columbus Lions. Coach, when you're looking at the Lions on film, what stands out to you? What makes this defense so tough?
I mean, again, they use a lot of athletes. And so, it's rare you see such big receivers that also can play defensive end. And so, that's incredible in itself. And they do a good job of just getting after people and putting pressure on people. They've obviously got some very talented people in the secondary. So they're very athletic. And that's the main thing is they're athletic. They fly around. Everybody in the back end can make plays. And so, again, we've got to line it up and put together an offense that, again, can take advantage of some of their weaknesses. And so, we'll battle that out. I think we had a great game down there in Columbus where we battled it out. They did a great job of kind of slowing Darius down that game, and some other people had to step up. Markel Wade had a great game. I thought we ran the ball well down in Columbus. So there's a lot of things that we can, put together, obviously going into this game, but it's going to be a war. The last time we played a Sunday game, obviously we played very well. And so back at home, we've played some road games. So being back at home is going to be great. It's going to keep us a little better and, rested for the game. And so it'll be nice to wake up in our own beds and go to the arena and play that game on Sunday.
For Capital Region sports fans that get the treat and see not one but two banners get lifted to the rafters, the 1999 Albany Firebird banner and the 2019 Albany Empire banner. We know it has a special meaning for fans and players who were on that team. Coach, for you, is it more of a distraction? Do you enjoy it? How are you going to feel during this banner raising ceremony?
Just being part of a storied organization is always great. So anytime you can see banners drop, doesn't matter if it's ours or somebody else's, it just kind of, it brings to the fact that you're with a very special organization. And again, anytime you can be in an organization that wins multiple championships, you're in the right place. And so it won't be a distraction for me. It'll be fun to just kind of, be able to see that, some of the old guys that have, played great here, in upstate New York. And we just want to be, continue on with that tradition and hopefully, get this thing turned around so we can compete for a championship this year.
I've enjoyed following this 2022 Albany Empire team because you've got to watch players show off their skill set, connect with the community, and more. And Coach, one of my favorite storylines for you is getting to see your family contribute and be a part of these coaches shows and broadcasts and everything. Coach, you've got a lot of support when it comes to your family rooting you on throughout your career.
I always say just, my family is, they're what allow me to do what I love. And so they support me just tremendously. And so my wife's been great and what she does, just taking care of the family while I'm on the road. But, it was fun. They got to come out and see the last Carolina game we played here at home. And, my son's always, a water boy. He's been doing that since he was young. And so, it's always fun to have that kind of family support. And so, again, but that's the little things that people don't see, maybe that don't follow coaches. Is just, it's tough on families. There's a lot of time that you're not around each other and stuff. And so, like I said, I think our family's done it. We've done it for so long. I mean, we just have a system that works for us. And, like I said, I always thank my family for all the support during the season.
Coach Damon Ware, Albany Empire kickoff Sunday against the Columbus Lions, 2 p.m. kickoff set for that game. The double banners going up, a battle for positioning in the NAL standings. Coach, appreciate your time. Best of luck this weekend. Looking forward to talking to you again soon. Looking forward to talking to your wife and your family on, I'm sure, some of these shows again soon. Enjoy the matchup this weekend.
All righty. Thanks for having me.